What do you know about Murray State? What have you seen about them that concerns you?
Everything concerns me. I think their offense is very fast up tempo, so we got to be ready for that. I think the defense has a really good plan. It was really good to have the extra couple days of practice and being premeditated on playing on Thursday, and got to have a really good practice yesterday. Their quarterback's very dynamic, very accurate, very athletic. Statistically, he's good, but you can tell he runs the show. And we got to be very prepared for their up tempo. And defensively, they got 3 really stud linebackers and 2 really good cover corners that we'll have to beat and cover. So they do a really nice job. Mitch is doing a really good job. It's his second year like mine, and he's well on the team in his style. But he was the offensive coordinator in the past there, so he knows the players well and does a great job with that offense. We faced that offense up north. They jumped out on us on 14-0 lead. So they're very dynamic. They're very quick strike type of tempo offense.
Is it tough to get much you can use from that first game with them against,
Say it again, sir?
Is it tough to get much on them from that first game, being at Illinois and being
absolutely. Absolutely. You get to see all their personnel. You get to see how, what I'm impressed about was, because we went through it, is, they're getting beat up pretty bad, but, they're playing up, obviously, and their kids are still just playing their butts off, and you can show that they have great character and hard work ethic, and they're just doing a good job with that. So, especially the first half, you see a lot of things from them while it was still a competitive game.
After you watched your film from Thursday, are you still happy with how your team performed?
Yeah, I'm way past that. Anytime we win, you're very, very happy. I think there's a lot of things we got to correct, with simple fundamentals, with our eyes, our hand placement. Fundamentals is the key to the game, Daniel, and I think we're getting better at that from last year to this year, but we need to keep improving on that every day.
Deion's start to the game with the kickoff and then also the receiving touchdown was great to see. You want to get him, I'm sure, more involved with the offense, but is there that fine line where you got to keep him fresh for the punts and the kickoffs?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of, I think he's in great shape. I think our team's in really great shape, It's always super. It's great to start the season, start a game like that. Having a dynamic player back there like that on special teams is really good. I think dynamic is not good of him. Let me compliment him and him sitting right over there. But Deion's really special back there. We used to have guys up north like at a different level, obviously with Marcus Murphy and J Mack and stuff. When you have a guy like that, I think what happens is the rest of the team really wants to make that block for him to spring him. So it was really good. He almost broke a punt return, which is really good.
How has he changed from last year to this year?
I think just maturity, being in the system. I think he does a great job with his focus. Eye-hand coordination, catching the football. Does a better job of keeping his eyes on the football and stuff, So he's just growing up through the offense, and I think he's doing a great job.
How much physically, from a physical standpoint, how much better are you guys this year from last year, and how important was that summer to have everybody here on campus working?
Jim, it was critical. I went from the 5th strongest guy on the team to probably last now. So, Adam Lang's done a great job of getting him physically stronger. And I think what else has happened too is it's helped our chemistry, and it's helped us get mentally tougher too.
And bonding, I'm sure, as a team, and not wanting to let teammates not wanting to let each other down, kind of thing.
Hopefully that's where the chemistry comes in, And I think they're building that. They care about each other.
How necessary is it for a quarterback to evolve every year? And are there steps that you think they have to take, or what does another year in the program do?
It brings them, obviously, what Jim Mann talked about with the physical part of it, but also brings the mental part, especially at the quarterback position. There's so much to learn. I don't know why it just popped in my head, but Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. Well, he sat the bench for 4 years, watching, learning, studying the football game, where obviously we can't sit guys for 4 years and let them take over. He has to jump in. So every time he's out there, I think the evolution of a quarterback is learning what we're doing, and then you have to learn what the other team's doing. And he's done a great job of learning what we're doing, and now he has to take that and learn what the other teams are doing as far as their coverages, their disguises, and just keep evolving as a quarterback.
Does that help you as a play caller when you have a quarterback that can figure out the coverages, figure out the schemes
Well,
from the
I
other
think
team?
what happens for us is it helps you as a play caller, but what's more important, it helps him get us into the right play, to make checks and audibles, to get us in the right play based on what he sees. And I think he's doing a really good job of that.
How is the offensive co-coordinatorship going through 1 week and now into a second here?
Well, obviously when he scored 50-some points, he's doing great. What's really important about our staff and our team is that we try to stay as humble as we can from the standpoint of check our egos at the door and pick on me, for example. I don't have all the answers. ask my wife. She'll tease me every day how I don't have the answers. But when you work as an offensive group like they are, and they work so well together, you know, obviously someone has to make the last call on game day, and that's Mac upstairs. But the dialogue and the chemistry between Mac and Sean is paramount. And then with the rest of the staff giving their input, it's really great. I mean, if you could listen in on the headsets, there's great dialogue. You can show you that we have 5 really intelligent offensive coaches.
Colby Isbell obviously had a huge game in the first half, just in the first half last week. How much better has he gotten from last year, and in what areas?
I think what has happened to him, again, is same like our quarterback. Everybody's starting to learn the defense and what gaps they're supposed to be in and what we're expecting out of them. And what's happened to Isbell is he's done a really good job of making himself quicker and stronger. You know, most games are always going to be one up front, and I think what we have to do is they go at such a fast tempo. We're going to have to rotate a lot of guys, keep our guys fresh, and we got to go disrupt the quarterback and get after him a little bit, because he is a guy who's a senior, who's been in their system for a long time, knows where to dump the ball, where to get the ball out. Their statistics isn't, I think, proven compared to what they did last year. You know, last year they probably had a quarter of their output, or however you word it, used, compared to last year. You know, they were 400-yard offense, 480 yards a game. And this game, I think they were about 168 yards offense, and they were outmatched just because they went against an FBS school. So it's going to be very, very important for the defensive line to get pressure on this guy and make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket.
Malik was your leading receiver a year ago in just about every category, but you know, how much does he still have maybe to grow, and is he kind of a secret weapon for you guys still? Do you think he's hit that full mark yet?
I wouldn't use the word secret weapon. You know, he was our leading receiver last year, so everybody knows about him. I think what's happening, and now I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but they're learning the offense and the system more. Where Malik has done a great job is, you know, over the summer, going back to Jim being here in the summertime, he's done a great job of leadership. The team voted him captain as an underclassman, which I think is impressive on his part. He's doing a great job of leading. He comes to work every day, brings his lunch pail, and I think there's going to be great chemistry between him and the quarterback, which is going to be really good. But I'm really fired up about Malik.